Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing good. So let us come to the textbook. So as in the previous classes, we have covered how to generate the text series and number series. So in that, for the text series, we have seen that if you write any of the text like any month of the year, or if you write any weekdays, so what we have to do, we have to select that text and drag it down. Clear? So when we drag it, so all the different others consecutive uh, months of the year, they are generated itself. Clear? In the same way, whenever we take a number, so when we take two numbers, so whatever is the difference between those two numbers, the same difference is continued for the coming numbers. Clear? So this is the way how to generate the series of text or number. In the same way, if we want to generate the date series, for that we have to write the date, two dates, and when we select these two dates, bring the cursor at the bottom corner of the second date and click over there and drag it down. Automatically you can see here that the date series is generated. Okay, now we have started the concept of databases. In that we have seen what is database. So database is a collection of related information. For example, when we talk about any address book or contact book, so that is also a database. Clear? So this Excel software, MS Excel, is acting as a database program. Clear? And what all we can do using this Excel, we can organize, sort, filter and analyze different list of data, and this can be used for keeping inventory, household essentials, and we can manage various other you can say databases like sales for a firm, for a company. So in this way the database can be used for you can say multi-purpose task and for managing different types of bigger information. Then in that we have seen what is the concept of field, record and table. So let us quickly revise that also. So what is field? Field is the column. Whenever we talk about a field, so field is a column in a database. Clear? So whatever is the field, the field name appears at the top of the list, and field names also have a label. If I show you here, you can see if this is a database, or you can see a table. So here we are storing the information about different student names and their other details like roll number, their marks in different subjects. So here you can see that these roll number, then different names of the subject. Clear? So these are all the fields. So the column, you can say. Clear? So the column which is saved in any table, so these columns act as a acts as a field. Clear? Then this all these columns, you can see here, they have a specific name of these. Clear? So here you can see the roll number, the then subject name. Clear? So these are all having a header. So all the fields have some column header, or these are called as labels. Clear? So these are called as labels. So if you name these, they are called as labels. I hope this is clear. Let us write this also. And as you can see that the fields are horizontal or vertical one. They are the vertical one. Okay. Now let us come again to the textbook. So here field we have just seen. The next is records. So what are records? The database entries are called records. You use rows to enter each database entry for your list. Each rows represent one record in a database. Okay. So which one is the record? Record is the horizontal, like the different information about, if we talk about Rohan, Aman, Parul, so these are the different records. Clear? So each of the horizontal values which you are saving, so they are the records. I hope this is clear now. What are fields? Fields are the horizontal one, fields are the vertical ones, and records are the horizontal one. I hope this is clear. Okay, and what is table? Any information which is saved in the form of rows and columns. So here also, as all the information is saved in rows and column, so all these details we can say that this is acting as a table. Clear? Okay. Now next is form. So what is form? Let us erase this. So form is, you can use data form to enter records in a database list very quickly. The data form is a special dialog box containing of all the fields in your table. You can fill out the form fields to enter a record. Clear? So form is actually a representation wherever we submit or save the data in a table. Clear? So about this also, so this the Excel sheet is acting as a table, as well as how to create the form for entering the data. We will see that also when we'll move further in the chapter. Okay, so here also you can see that here we are having an example that imply phone number. Then here the name, department, phone number, these are all acting as a field names or the labels. We have just seen that the fields are the vertical one, and the different names like Ram, Hari, Kamal, so these are all the different records. Clear? So the records are the horizontal one and fields are the vertical ones, and table is the entire table where the entire rows and column where the data is saved. I hope this is clear. Now let us move to how to create a database table. Okay, so if we see, so in Excel worksheet you can create a database to manage large list of data. A database is simply a collection of related records. We all know that in a particular database we can have various numbers of records. After creating a database table, you can perform a variety of analysis, sorting and filtering technique on the data. So whenever we are having any database, any table, in that we can arrange the information in a particular order, that is called as sorting. Then filtering. So what is filtering? If we are having a table with thousand of or hundred of records, in that if you want to select particular few of the records having some specific piece of information, so that will be called as filtering. We will see how to perform the sorting and filtering techniques in these tables. Okay, so after these introduction, now it is a time to do this practically, how to enter the label fields, how to enter the things. So first is typing label fields. So we all know that what are label fields. Label is the name of any specific field. So what are the steps? Type the cell where you want to insert the first field label. Type the field label. So if we are saving the information about the different customers, so these will be different fields like the first name, then last name, address. So these all is going to act as a label. So how to enter these labels? Let us come to the software window and see that also. So if we come to the Excel sheet, let us enter if the name of the table is something customer, so you can write at the top. Okay, after that we have to enter the different labels. So labels is the headers of these columns. So first is first name. If you write, okay, first name, then the last name. Okay, first name, then last name, then address. Okay, so after writing these labels, when we are moving to the next column, we have to press the tab key, then switch to the next column. Okay, then product. So these are all the name of the columns. So, and if you want to resize it, you can click it here at the in between the two columns at the top, so it will auto adjust it, or you can increase the size of any of these columns. I hope this is clear. So this is the way you can write the names of the different columns. So these names, or these the column headers, are called as labels. We have just seen. Now let us see what are the further steps. So we have seen that after entering any of these labels, we have pressed the tab key from the keyboard and it moves to the next field label. Okay, then these are the different steps how we are entering the different label names in these table. Now let us see the other step. Another is enter record. So we have just seen what were the fields. So fields were the column. Now we are going to enter the records. So records are the different rows. So let us see what are the steps for entering records. Click on the first row under the field label, type the data of the first record and then press the tab key. Clear? Here again, by pressing the tab key, we can fill the records, different records, and after entering all of these records, the different values in these, when you press the enter key, the you can say the Excel of the control comes to the next row. Clear? So let us try to do this also. So if we can take any name. So if the first name something is like Rahul, last name we can write, then address, suppose we are entering it is Kent, and product if purchased is scanner. Here there was also a column for what was it, was cost or something like that. Let us see it, payment. So let us enter the same. Clear? So all these are first name, last name, address, product. So these are all the labels. We can color this with some different color so that we can recognize it. Now these Rahul and the other information of these, this is a record. If payment of something scanner is suppose 5,000. So in each of these values, in each of these cells, after entering the value, we are pressing the tab key. Now all these values we have entered. Now if you press the enter key, it will move to the next cell. After entering this, now we can come to the next row. Clear? So this way we can enter the different fields, and also we can enter the values in different for the different records. I hope this is clear. Now let us see here. So here you can see till step number 6 we have entered the values, and after entering the after pressing the enter key, the control comes to the next row, that is record. Now read this also. All database lists are also called as tables, are built of fields and records. Clear? So any of these tables where we are entering the data, these are all, it is the combination of different fields and records. We have just seen fields are the different columns and rows are the records. So it is, you can say a table is a combination of fields and records. Okay, after entering records in your table, you can turn the data into a database list. Clear? So whenever we have entered the data in any of the table, after completing this data entry, we can convert or turn this data into a database list. We will see what are the steps for doing that and how we can perform the various other operations on this, for sorting, for filtering of the data as well. So till here I hope it is clear. So this way we can enter the data in any of the field, in any of the record. Now let us switch to the next step, step number 7. Repeat steps 2 to 6 to continue entering the records for your table. So this way here you can see a table is created by entering the different values. Clear? So all of the records it is entered. Now after step number 7, here it is now how to create a table. Clear? So let us see the steps. Select the cells containing data you want to turn into a database. Clear? So here you can see that all of the values are selected here. Clear? So after selecting all of these values here which we have just entered, we have to click on the insert tab, and in the insert tab we will find a table button. Clear? So click on that table button. So let us try to do this also. So here as we are entering, I have entered all of the values in a you can say the similar type of information we have entered. Let us little bit zoom in. So what we have to do after completing this data entry, we have to select all these information. Okay, so let us select all these cells, the different all the data which we have entered. Then we have to go to the insert tab, then click on the table button. Clear? So till here we the steps was given in the book also. Let us come to the book again. Clear? So we have clicked till click on the table till step number 3. Then read this also. Update your knowledge. Do not leave blank rows in between record, as Excel treat blank rows at the end of the database. Clear? So whenever we are entering the values, the different records, so it is required that we should not leave any blank row in between the table. Why? Because if you will leave any row blank, it will treat that the table has ended. Clear? So it is a good practice to remove all the blank rows. Clear? We can delete that if there is any blank row in between, we can delete that. Then when you create a table, Excel automatically add filter arrows to each field label, allowing quick filtering tasks. Clear? So whenever we create a table, automatically the Excel adds some filter arrows. So we will see what are the filter arrows. So using these filter arrows at each label, we can perform the different filtering tasks. We will see what are these filtering arrows and how we will filter the data. So let us erase and move to the next step. So here you can see after we have clicked on the table table button, this new create table dialog box opens. So by default the selected range appears here. So whatever the range where the data is present, all that range will be present here in this create table dialog box also. If the range is not correct, you can select the correct cell references. Clear? So if you want to change any of these values inside these range which is showing here, if you want to change or if you want to increase the selection, or if you want to edit some of these portions, if you want to change that, we can change by entering the values here. Now step number 4, click on the checkbox option to make it on. Clear? We have a checkbox option here at the bottom. If you want to include header in the table, then click on the OK. So as we all know that here we have that at the top we are having the different headers which we are calling as the labels. So if you want this to be act as a header of the table, we have to click on this checkbox, and after doing this, click on the OK button. Let us do these steps. Erase this and come to the Excel window. So here you can see when I have clicked the create table dialog box, it is showing the selected range. Clear? And here there is the checkbox that my table as headers. So we all know that we want these to be treated as the headers. So click on this checkbox, and after doing this, click on the OK button. Clear? So here you can see when I have clicked on the OK button, at the top you can see at the headers we are having these arrow buttons. I hope this is visible to you. So these arrow buttons are the filter the Excel automatically add these as for allowing us to use some filters. So these are the filter buttons also. We will see how to use them. Let us erase this and come to the textbook. So here also the same it is talking about. So Excel makes the data into a table and fills the cells of the table with the blue shading and displays filter arrows. Clear? So automatically the filter arrows are added and the table, the different rows and columns are colored accordingly to differentiate or distinguish between different rows. Clear? So these filter arrows are automatically added when we have clicked on create table. Then the table tool design tabs also appears on the screen. Clear? So after you have created this table, a new tab is created, that is design, table design. Clear? So this tab in the table tools, we will get this design tab and we will see how to use this, how to modify the data, how to make it more user friendly. So let us erase and move to the next step. Read this also. If you want to convert the list back to the regular Excel range, select the list, click on the table tool design tab and then click to convert to range. Click on the yes when asked. Excel removes the auto filter arrows from the field labels. So what it is talking about, that if you want to bring this table to the previous version where it was not having the different filter arrows, so for that what we have to do, we have to click on this table design tab and then click on the convert to range. So here we have the option for convert to range. Let us come to the table there, we can find that. So here in the table tool design tab you can get this convert to range. So if I click this, you can see if I click on the yes button, all the these filter options are removed now. Clear? So if you want to get it back, you can press also on the undo button. Clear? So this way we can enable the feature of auto filter by clicking on the table button in the view tab, and also we can remove it by going to the table design tab and by converting to the range option. Clear? So this is the step. Now let us see further adding records using a data form. So till here we have seen that we have entered the data manually by using the keyboard in the form of rows and fields. Now we will see the concept of form. Clear? So let us see. We have seen that what is form. Form is a way to take the input from the user. So these steps also we will see. So Excel data form is another way to enter database records. The data form is handy dialog box you can use to type the data for each field in your table, one record at a time. Clear? So using these data forms we can enter one record at a time. Clear? And this will be a dialog box. Using those dialog box we can enter the data. The command to display the data form is not located on the ribbon. Clear? So for enabling this data form we will have to follow some certain steps. By default it is not present in the ribbon area. So let us see the steps. So first we bring the form button in the Excel window. Clear? So this form button is not enabled by default in the Excel window. We have to get it enabled by following some steps. So let us see. Bring form button in the ribbon or the quick access toolbar. So let us see what are the steps for these. Click on the file tab. First we will go to the file tab, then this backstage view will appear, then click on the options. Clear? We have a option button here. then when we click on this option, a new option dialog box will appear. So let us see the steps. Remove these lines. So what we have to do, we have to go to the file tab. In the file tab we will find the option button. Okay, so here we are. If we go to the file tab, in the file tab click on the option button. Clear? Now this Excel option dialog box will open. Now let us see the steps in the books also. So read this, update your knowledge. When you open Excel 2010 for the first time after installing, you will not see the form button in the ribbon. Clear? So this is what we were talking about, that by default this form button will not be enabled in your Excel software. So we have to get it enabled first. Now after doing step number 3, when this quick Excel Excel option dialog box is open, now step number 3 is click on the quick access toolbar. So here there is option for quick access toolbar. Customization option appears. Let us do the steps one by one so that it will be easy for you. So what we have to do, click on the quick access toolbar. Clear? Then this customization option appears. Now let us see what is the next step to select. So this area shows those commands which are already on the toolbar. Clear? So what are all the different things which are present in this quick access toolbar? They all will appear here. Clear? Like save, undo and redo. Now click on the drop down button and select commands not in the ribbon option. Clear? So step number 4 we have to select, click on the drop down and select commands not in the ribbon option. Okay, let us see. So here you can see by default it is only save, undo and redo options. Clear? So this is the things which is present in the toolbar. Here is the quick access toolbar also. You can see that save, undo and redo options are present by default. Clear? And now we are going to add this option for using the form. So we have to click on this drop down and commands not in the ribbon. Clear? So we have selected commands not in the ribbon. Now the next step, using the scroll bar, click on the form and click to add. Clear? So here when we have selected commands not in the ribbon option from this drop down, here we will get the different other tools which we want to insert. So from here we can find the form, and after clicking on this form we have to click on the add button, and this Excel moves, now this form button will move to this area. Clear? Then click on the OK button. Let us do these step number 4, 5, 6 and 7. So if we come to the Excel window, we have selected commands not in the ribbon. Now here we have to select form. So let us scroll it down. All of these are alphabetically written here. So here we have the option of form. Clear? So click on this form and then click on this add button. Clear? Now you can see this form is added to these quick access toolbar with the save, undo and redo buttons. Earlier there was save, undo and redo. Now we have added the form also. Now after adding this, click on the OK button. Clear? So here also you can see when we have clicked on this OK button, at the top here you can see the form option is enabled in the quick access toolbar. Okay, I hope this is the step you have seen, and go through these steps. If there is any confusion anywhere, you can pause the video and watch it again, and also if you have the doubt you can practice it if you are having the PC at home. Okay, so this till step number 7 we have seen that how to add this form button in the quick access toolbar. It is also here in the book also it is showing the same, that after adding this, click on the OK button. Now the form button appears on the quick access toolbar. Just we have seen that it will appear at the top, Let us read this, update your knowledge also. So a data form is extremely simple way to add, delete, find and browse through records. Clear? So when we will use this data form, using this data form, what all we can do, we can add, delete and we can search something from these existing table, and if you want to move to any specific record, so that also can be done using these form. Clear? So form is a good approach for taking the entry from the user. So today we have seen how to add the form, how to enable the form inside a Excel window, how we can add it to the quick access toolbar, and before that we have seen the concept of records, fields, and how to get this filter arrow button after entering the values, how to make it in a table form, and how to enable this uh, filter arrow buttons. Clear? So all of these steps, try to revise and read the book also, and you can practice it. Whatever the confusion you have, we will cover all those questions, your queries in the coming online session. Okay, till then read it and enjoy the process of learning, and let us meet in the next class with the further topics of using the form. Okay, thank you everyone.